Hey guys, my name is Nicole Leanne, and today I'm going to discuss my first experience with Kambo, which is the Amazonian tree frog medicine. People seek out Kambo for many reasons, but in comparison to some of the other indigenous plant medicines that I've tried, such as ayahuasca, I would say working with Kambo is more of a physical experience versus, say, something like ayahuasca does tend to have both a physical but as well as a psychedelic healing shamanic experience. And so I have my reasons why I'm seeking to work with this medicine personally on my own healing journey and cleansing my system to be in my ultimate healed state of wellness and vitality. And so people usually might seek it for their own reasons, such as treating chronic illness or conditions, whether through their experience with pain or inflammation or autoimmune diseases, Lyme's disease, I'm sure even cancer. There's many reasons why people would want to maybe seek out this type of medicine. But anyways, I wanted to kind of highlight my personal experience with it, so that way you can kind of have an idea of what maybe this experience entails, if it's something that you are seeking on your healing journey. So first off, like I mentioned, Kambo, spelled Kambo, is a medicine that is derived from the skin of a special tree frog in the Amazon, and it's essentially their venom. And Kambo is, in Portuguese, I guess, even translates to, I believe, the forest's vaccine. So it's kind of like an immune experience where it boosts your immune system. Now you can go into further research about all about it, but essentially it is derived from the skin of this particular tree frog, and it is administered to a light burn on the first few layers of your skin that they usually use an incense stick to lightly mark, which I can show you right here. So these are my 4 dots from 2 days ago when I did this medicine. So they administer the Kambo venom onto the light burn marks that they administer at the time of your ceremony. But prior to working with Kambo itself, it's important to note that there are other medicines that they use as well, such as sananga, which is a special eye drop, and what is the other one? Oh, rape, which is more of like a shamanic pure tobacco that you get like snuffed, blown into your nose, essentially. So I'll maybe go over those details as well. So when we first kind of set the sacred space of the circle, working with a professional practitioner that administers Kambo, we then experienced getting the sananga eye drops placed in our eyes, which feels pretty intense, in like a burning sensation for the first, I would say, like 10 seconds. But what it's intended for is to help decalcify your pineal gland, and therefore the ability to open up your third eye chakra more. It also has been said to improve your night vision and your vision in general. So that would be cool to see how the more I work with this eye drop or these eye drops, how my vision might improve as well. I did notice in this first experience with it that it did, I did notice my vision got quite a bit clearer, and colors seemed a little bit more intense, and my vision seemed to be able to hone in more at a distance. And I guess I haven't tried driving at nighttime to notice if it's had a residual effect on that yet, as I do tend to have night blindness and distant vision impairments. So once working with that, I did feel a sense of like a calm wash over my body, like a relaxation once I got past that intense kind of little slight burn to the, you know, kind of like if you were to rub like a jalapeno pepper in your eyes, or like get a little bit of juice or whatever in your eyes, maybe comparative to that, but again, more for the purpose of clearing your pineal. Then the practitioner, Kambo practitioner, then shared rape with each one of us, which, like I said, is a special tobacco that is pure, doesn't have any chemical additives and whatnot. And so this is also what is often used in indigenous ceremonies. So essentially they bless medicine and kind of do an acknowledgement of Pachamama and Gaia. So they kind of do that connection to spirit in that sense, and the spirit of this medicine. And then they blow it through the special pipe into your nose, which they do actually the left nostril first, which I guess means kind of the releasing or the death of panema, I believe. Again, don't quote me on this. So do your own research, because I'm not quite fully versed into everything quite yet, but we're probably not doing the explanation justice yet. Anyways, so yeah, so I believe it's like the death of, and then the right nostril is to rebirth what you want more of. So they'll blow it first into the left and then into the right, and it essentially also you'll feel a sense of your sinuses being cleared out, and as it gets breathed into, it kind of sends also then this whole energy down your whole body, like in your brain area, and then kind of washes down your whole body like this energy rush, I guess is the best way to explain it, which I feel intensifies when you work with your breath with it, and it feels very powerful. However, purging may be involved with working with rape, and in fact I've done rape quite a few times before this particular ceremony, so I did know what to expect with it. But regardless, I would say I've purged every single time. In this sense, I would throw up because it kind of clears out panema, which is known as negative energy. So it kind of makes you release that, and you definitely feel pretty light afterwards and pretty vibrationally high. So I really do enjoy working with it. And then that's when, like I said, we moved into working with Kambo. And every practitioner, I'm sure, is different. This is my first one that I've worked with. And I'm hoping to work with different practitioners. In fact, I'll probably be hosting ceremonies at my business space here at Holistic Vitality to make this medicine more available to individuals that are wanting to try it for themselves on their healing journey. But anyways, like I said, the practitioner, the shaman, will assess and help you assess where on your body or different meridian points would be good for you in this ceremony as to what's going to benefit you, of where to release it. So usually for your first experience, they usually offer the left arm, which I guess denotes more of working with the masculine energy. So this is more perfect if you tend to have a lot of control, or as he put, like rigidity in your life that you need to kind of soften or work with so it becomes more in balance. Then your arm would be a good area to work with, your left arm. Like I said, you saw mine right there. That's what I ended up choosing for my first. Otherwise, the other option usually for your first experience would be on your left ankle, which deals more with the feminine and grounding your energy to Mother Earth and kind of working more with the feminine energies and grounding, I guess would be the key themes there. So once you've assessed that, they do the light incense burns. Meanwhile, they're working with other tools, like through sound and music during the ceremony part of it, whether acknowledgement of the tree frog. So he was definitely doing some croaking noises and songs that are dedicated to the spirit of this frog medicine, and working with like a rose mist, obviously sage or smudging or palo santo or different things of that nature, just to kind of keep cleansing your energy. So while we are all getting situated as far as our burns, we are meant to drink pretty much a gallon of water in this first stage before he administers the medicine. And in fact, you are instructed to not drink any water or eat anything past, in this case, in our experience anyways, for the time that he set up in the morning. You want to have a good, I think, 10 to 12 hour space of nothing in your system. And so after 9 p.m., we were instructed not to ingest anything until we had to do the Kambo medicine, in which we had to then drink a full gallon of water, which I felt was the hardest part for me. And in fact, several people had already gotten their medicine during their well, before it got to me in this case. And I think I was 3 glasses down before I ended up purging in that moment, before I'd even gotten the medicine, just because I can hold the water down. But also energetically, you are connecting to those in the circle. So not only are you purging for yourself, you are also kind of purging for those in your group. And it is a powerful experience, which I've experienced this dynamic in many of my ayahuasca journeys that I have done as well. So this is pretty of a consistent theme of purging for not only yourself, but those in the group. So everybody gets benefits. So I ended up purging. So, and then he administered the medicine, and then of course there was more purging. But how I felt initially was kind of like this hot feeling of heat rushing down my body, and kind of even maybe slight tingling and slight numbness sensations. And then I felt kind of like my throat starting to get a little bit slightly closed out and a little bit flushed in my face. And in fact, my lips felt like they had swelled up too, which I think is pretty common, as many people experience that dynamic. You kind of feel like you're Angelina Jolie with these big pouty lips. And I think some people even look like it. I didn't really get a chance to look at myself when I did it 2 days ago to kind of notice that right away. But I did feel like my lips were pretty plump. So if you think about the frog, like you have like those big pouty lips. But then I purged and I did feel really cleaned out for my own self. And so I definitely, I still kind of want to see the residual effects of that. But I do believe the more sessions you do, the deeper you go into your own healing journey on a physical level. But it also helps clear you out, I guess, on a psycho-spiritual level as well. Some people purge through crying. So there was a couple people in the journey that besides purging, they had a release of emotions. One of the girls too that was part of this ceremony, a friend of mine who's, also suffered with chronic illness and has been pretty much been put on antibiotics her whole life due to a bladder condition, which I think has perpetuated her healing, or I want to say healing journey, perpetuated her health conditions that have gotten worse over time, because antibiotics actually compromises your immune system in your gut. And in fact, 80% of your immune system resides in your gut. So when that's been compromised, it usually leads to many other chronic ailments, starting off usually with leaky gut syndrome that then contributes to other developments of illness or disease. So in her case, she's had chronic fibromyalgia and has just recently been diagnosed with MS. So this is what led her finally to try this Kambo medicine. And in fact, she described what she threw up tasted like the purging of antibiotics. She could taste all the antibiotics that she'd ingested her whole life, basically. And another one of my clients / friends, she has been in an incredible journey just in this last year. She has a very powerful story, not only working with the shamanic work that we did here in the office and quantum biofeedback, which led her to discovering that she had black mold poisoning, which she then found out her house was infiltrated with black mold. But has also suffered with chronic Lyme's disease and other co-infections. And so the combination has really deteriorated her health in the last few years, to the point where she described herself as almost dying. So anyway, she's had a journey here, and she's also done some work with ayahuasca and Kambo. And so in relationship to what we're discussing with Kambo, she described herself, her first experience with Kambos, that she actually puked up all that black mold that she had been exposed to that deteriorated not only her health, but her young son and the rest of her family. But her and her young son definitely experienced it symptomatically the worst. So anyways, she describes between these, shamanic journeys and the plant medicine and the Kambo, and in a period of, I would say, a good 6 months, has completely so far transformed her well-being dramatically, where she describes herself as feeling 95% better. So I'd say that's pretty encouraging to anybody who is experiencing chronic illness and has been struggling with, say, seeking different healing protocols for themselves. I would definitely recommend exploring Kambo as a medicine, as well as ayahuasca and other journeys to address the emotional mental correlation to the physical healing process, because they're all connected. But Kambo in itself is something that I think is definitely worth exploring and trying. And like I said, I would hope to start hosting more events here to make it available. Not to mention, I intend on myself becoming certified to offer this medicine myself. So that I would expect sometime in 2019. So stay tuned on that. But if you have any questions or want to do your own research, I would definitely check it out and use your own discernment and your own, be informed. And again, it's not meant to replace your medical protocol with your current physician. So I would definitely, keep both in mind and use your discretion wisely in whatever modalities you choose to explore for your healing journey. All right. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you guys. Have a good day.